Drop a cat from a decent height with zero legs to push off anything. By the laws of physics, it should just fall like a brick, completely helpless. Instead, it rotates itself perfectly upright in midair and lands on its feet. This stumped actual physicists for over a century, and the real explanation is honestly kind of genius. Here's the problem. Angular momentum has to be conserved. If you start with zero spin, physics says you should stay at zero spin, no matter how hard you wiggle. An astronaut floating in space with zero spin can flail around all day and never start rotating. So how does a falling cat with zero spin end up flipping completely around? For a while, scientists genuinely thought this might break physics. In 1894, a French scientist named Étienne Jules Marey decided to actually check. He used something called a chronophotographic gun, basically one of the very first slow-motion cameras ever built. He dropped a cat and captured the whole fall, frame by frame. The images went semi-viral in scientific circles and even in newspapers. It was some of the first real proof that cats could do this on purpose, not by luck. Physics hadn't been broken. Nobody had just looked closely enough yet. So here's the actual trick, and it's brilliant. The cat isn't rotating its whole body at once. It's cheating by changing its own shape mid-fall. First, it tucks its front legs in close to its body. Tucking in makes that end of the cat easier to spin, physically. At the same time, it stretches its back legs outward. Stretching out makes that end much harder to spin. Then it twists its front half around, hard. Because the front is tucked in tight, it spins a lot with very little effort. The back half barely rotates at all because it's stretched out and resistant. Total rotation of the whole cat still adds up to basically zero. Physics is happy. Then the cat reverses the trick. Tuck the back legs in, stretch the front legs out, twist the back half around this time. Repeat that twice, and the whole cat has rotated a full 180 degrees, without ever technically breaking the conservation of angular momentum. This isn't just a cute cat trick. Astronauts use the exact same idea in zero gravity. If you're floating in space with nothing to push off of, you can't just spin around, but you can reorient your whole body using this same shape-changing trick. It's sometimes literally called the cat twist in aerospace research. Robotics engineers have studied falling cats to design better satellites. Yes, actual satellites use cat physics to reorient themselves in orbit. Here's a fact that sounds fake but isn't. Veterinarians have a real term called high-rise syndrome. It describes cats that survive falls from very tall buildings. And weirdly, cats falling from higher floors sometimes do better than middle floors. One study found cats falling over 6 stories actually had higher survival rates. Here's why. Very short falls don't give the cat enough time to fully right itself. Longer falls give it time to flip completely, relax its body, and spread out like a parachute. That doesn't mean high falls are safe. They're still incredibly dangerous. It just means the physics gets weirder the longer the cat is falling. So here's the actual answer, start to finish. A falling cat never breaks the laws of physics. It just changes its own shape fast enough to cheat the system. Tuck, twist, stretch, twist again. All in about the time it takes you to blink. Kittens start learning this trick around 3 to 4 weeks old. By 9 weeks, most cats have it fully mastered. So next time a cat sticks the landing perfectly, remember, it's not luck. It's just very fast geometry.